Good evening. It's 6:33, August 8th, 2018. Dudley Conservation Commission has come to order. We do not have a quorum, so we can't have an official meeting. We're only opening this for information only, and this pertains to lot 44 Alton Drive. Can you please come up and state your name for the record?
My name is Joseph Abasamra from Ranger Engineering and Design. I'm representing the client. I'm here I was actually going to ask for continuance anyway, and I'm basically here just to explain what's going on, and I know some of the neighbors, I know some of the abutters have some couple questions for me. I don't know if they want to open up with the questions, because I'll be presenting you guys again in the next meeting.
Give us a little overview of what you're
Sure.
going to be doing.
So this is we're only proposing a single house on an already existing lot. These are in the orange dash line. That's a property line. Now it's a overall lot. It's sloped. It's leveled off for a little while right off the road, right off 44 Alton, and then it quickly dives down, and there's a lower, flatter spot back here where the other two properties have filled in a little bit. This property is filled in along the full length, and it dies down pretty quick into our property. This property kind of dies down. It's only sort of level where the driveway comes up, and it's still almost even, and then it dies down again. Right here is an isolated wetland, which is only a Dudley, a local. It's only jurisdictional locally, not by the state. Over here is a larger wetland. It's another isolated wetland that kind of there's a intermediate stream that goes off-site. We're proposing our building here and filling in approximately, I'm going to bring this up with me. We're proposing to fill in 610 square feet of isolated wetland buffer, and replacing it with 1.5 times wetland replacement is 950 square feet. Right through here in this green, there will be wetland planting and everything like that. We're also proposing a fence. It's 26 feet off of the replacement area to really kind of maintain a 25-foot no disturb. Basically, after this is put in, a nice big, probably 6-foot fence, and also privacy from the neighbors a little bit. Other than that, it is a garage under ranch style building, and that's about it. I mean, it's going to be run off town water and town sewer. You guys have any questions for me or the board?
Come on up, state your name and...
Yes, John Giaquinto. I live at 44 Alton Drive. And I have several questions, actually, if I can be given the time.
The same house? The same address?
This is 44.
42 Alton Drive, sorry.
Okay.
But several months ago, there was stuff that took place on that lot that shouldn't have taken place. And I suppose the first question I have is, how is that going to be avoided this time? Without something taking place and nobody even knowing about it until after the fact.
I could answer that. Well, if this is accepted by the Conservation Commission, it's in the order of conditions and stuff like that, that there'll be constant supervision from a licensed wetland consultant the whole time, and also someone from the town. There's a review engineer who'd most likely come out either weekly or maybe weekly while they're actually doing the wetland replication, because it kind of moves pretty quick. But other than that, there will be people inspecting from our side and from the town side.
Okay, I mean, it's an answer for now, yeah, I guess. Another question, if I can point up there. You said we'd be filling in this area here, which is the isolated wetland, and there is almost like small flow of water that comes through here, into there, and then back out this way. Now, if this is filled in, where's the water that's flowing in here gonna go? You know, what kind of guarantees do I have that my yard isn't gonna become a new wetland?
Well, so as of right now, because your driveway cuts down, and then ours cuts, and from your driveway, it flattens out and cuts back into our property, right there where the property line is, there's almost a little bit of a swell that's gonna cut back. Same thing on the flip side, their driveway comes down, flattens out to almost where the corner of, the back corner of that building is gonna be, and then after that, it still all slopes to the back.
This is the side of the driveway.
Yep.
I don't know if it's,
See right here that this is your driveway,
yeah.
and how these are actually graded, that's almost gonna be a little bit of a smaller swale that's gonna cut the water over this way. Same thing on this side, coming off this driveway, this is all flat, and then once you get past this, it's all gonna still continue to go back to the bigger property in the back.
Is this driveway going to be the same slope as ours, or is it going to be like 10 feet higher, like the house that was just done?
This will not be, it's going to be about 4 feet higher, right where your garage is, to that pavement right there.
The house that was just done at 48, if you're at the bottom of their driveway, over 250, there's about a 10-foot difference.
Mm-hmm.
I want, all of this running down, like I said, into my yard or my basement.
Yep. I'll write that down.
Do they have water flowing through there now? Do you have water flowing through there now that goes into that small, that he's gonna fill in?
The fence, well, because of what was done last time that shouldn't have been done, it's basically a big mudslide now where the fence that was put up is just flattened over and buried. So all of that is still running into the area down below.
Into which one, the green one or the gray one? It looks like it would be
going.
going into the green one and not the gray one.
Well, there was, after that a few months ago, they did put a fence up around here, but because of everything that was dumped there, it's pretty much a mudslide, so all of that is still running right into this whole area. The fence has just been completely buried.
I think we need to have
you
Matt
have-
take
take
note.
a look at it.
Do you have any pictures of all this that's happened?
She does have one
I-
picture.
I think the contractor will be back out there and reinstall that silt fence. It should be maintained. It should be maintained for sure. And that's the whole reason you're not supposed to dump fill with nothing, because it's not stabilized or anything. And they had a cease and desist, so they can't do anything out there except for maintain that erosion control to prevent exactly what you're trying to say. And there was a site walk out there. Chris already went out. He's on vacation. He also didn't have any response to this yet because he went on vacation. Chris is the town's advisor, or the engineer basically, and he was out there. They walked the site and everything. So this was on last Friday.
Chris Walsh.
Jeff Walsh was there.
Yeah.
And I believe your town engineer was there named Chris.
No,
No.
no,
Not now.
no. Matt
Our
Morrow is our.
wetland consultant is Matt Morrow.
Oh, maybe it was Matt. I might be confused with the names.
Okay.
I think maybe the last question, well, she tried to find that picture, is when somebody does buy this house, are they going to know that they can't just go in and level everything off and plow everything under?
Yes, they should. That's something that's going to come up later on. We're going to ask the Conservation Commission if they would like to see anything more other than above and beyond the fence that we're installing. If you guys wanted to see the no disturb plaques, a lot of times that you can put no disturb plaques, and it'll be clearly on this plan that they're going to be purchasing the house. It's going to clearly show replication and the wetlands proximity to the actual as-built house.
The town of Dudley has a bylaw that says 75 foot. You can't put a house within 75 feet of a wetland.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to ask for a waiver for that.
Yeah, we will be asking for a waiver.
I think one more question as I'm looking at the picture is this that telephone pole that is in place?
Yes, it is.
So the driveway will be on that side of the pole.
Yes. Actually going in. That's actually the reason we couldn't put it on the other side is because the fire hydrant's right there. On the flip side of it.
The other side is the fire hydrant.
And at the following meeting, the wetland scientist will be here, that we hired and contracted, so he can answer a lot of these more particular questions. And if my answers are concerning lack of knowledge, it's more because I do have the lack of knowledge of it. The engineer and the wetland scientist will both be here next meeting.
Yeah, I think now if during the construction phase, when everything is disturbed, the same thing happens with that fence that is supposed to be put up, and everything does run onto my property, who's gonna clean it up?
It will be the builder. It'll be his responsibility. And that shouldn't, I can't say it shouldn't happen because there will be inspections.
Can never say never, but
Yeah, I can't say never, but there's gonna be inspections in place and orders and specifications.
That's pretty, oh,
Yeah. No, that should definitely be, the silt fence is pushed over because of the rainwater and it's not stabilized fill, so they should be reinstalling and they should be maintaining that silt fence.
Supporting it. Which side is up? Is that the side that's up? No, same picture, there we go. What's that?
for the next meeting, can you,
Have it
Bring it.
developed.
yep,
Yeah, the water's going over it.
Thank you.
That last storm, the water was going everywhere.
are there any other questions?
I don't think so, not at this time.
Okay. Any questions from us? Well, seeing that we can't vote on anything, I'm gonna close the public hearing at,
No,
Just close it.
So the next
just
meeting
close the meeting.
the second Wednesday of the month, so we'll have to come back for that.
August 29th. It's every 3 weeks.
It's every 3 weeks.
It's every 3 weeks.
Yes.
Yep.
So just come back for that, we can't do anything until then.
Sorry.
Do you have your public meeting notice? If you want,
I have the paper and I have the receipt and everything.
okay, if you can give me a copy of the notice, that would be fine, and you'll be all set for the next meeting.
Oh, do you want, I have the paper
We're gonna close the
and
meeting.
I have the receipt. And I have the, well, actually, I think you gave me that.
Yep.
So it's in this paper.
Okay. Do
Do you
you
want me
need
to
a
just-
copy of it, or?
We should keep a copy. I have one that printed off at home off of the website,
Okay.
if that's all right.
Yep.
But ours is right there. So
Okay.
you don't
So
really
we'll
need
just,
all of that.
right, we'll just take that page.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, I'm going to close this informal hearing at 6:48. Thank you. Sorry.